Welcome to my cooking show for Spanish class. As we have been discussing culture in Spanish-speaking countries, I did some research on my own family. My grandmother grew up in Puerto Rico. One of the major dishes my family grew up eating was arroz con pollo, which means chicken with rice. It's a traditional dish that we have all grown up eating, and I want to share with you how we make it. Let's get started. So we're going to prep ourselves, get our nice apron ready, and wash our hands. I've been marinating the chicken for a couple hours. You can marinate it in any marinade you want. I've chosen to use Italian dressing and some sriracha. So I'm going to wash my hands and get ready. Okay, let's get started. We have 2 chicken breasts here, which we're going to chop up. We're going to cut both the chicken breasts into inch pieces so that they can cook evenly. After touching raw chicken, you definitely want to wash your hands again. Feel like a regular emerald. So we're going to get our pots and pans going. Luckily, we only need 1 pan for this dish. It's quite easy. So we're going to heat the pan. We're going to add a little bit of oil so we can brown the chicken. You got a couple tablespoons, just enough to coat the bottom of the pan. Add a little bit more. You're supposed to add some oil later for the rice too, but by adding some now, you don't really need to add some later. With that heating up, I'll start with the rice. We have some regular yellow rice here, some saffron flavored rice. If you're going to make it with regular rice, you'd have to flavor it with saffron, but this is just an easier way to do it. We're going to use about half of this bag, which is a pound bag, but let's measure it out. About half the bag. Clearly I'm not a great cook, and nor am I a great measurer either. We've got about 1 cup of rice here. We'll add it to our Tupperware and save it for later. Now we're going to go ahead and add our chicken. You're going to want the chicken to cook for about 5 minutes on each side so they get brown on each side. And then we're going to lower the temperature, add the rice and water, and go from there. Alright, so we have it going about a medium to medium-high temperature. You can hear it start to sizzle. So as that's going, I'm going to get my veggies ready. Just got some traditional frozen vegetables. What we're going to do, just defrost them in the microwave. Little secret though, because they are frozen, there is some moisture that's going to be added to it. So we're going to want to cook these about halfway through, and then let them cook the rest of the way in the pot. So we'll put these on for about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Let those cook up and defrost, and then we'll be on our way. We're also going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. To add some seasoning to the dish. So the pieces are still stuck together, so you still break them up a little bit. Now we're going to get the water for the rice. For when you're cooking rice, for the amount of rice you're using, you want to use double the amount of water. So we have 1 cup of rice, we're going to use 2 cups of water. Get all this rice out of here though. Roughly 2 cups of water. Now we're going to flip over our chicken. Let it brown on the other side. As you can see, the other side's starting to cook, but we don't want it to cook fully. We don't want it to dry out while we're cooking in the pan. It's going to be cooked more anyway, because we have about 25 more minutes to cook the chicken. Just want to make sure the outside is pretty much cooked. Like I said, this is a traditional Puerto Rican dish. My grandmother used to make this for us all the time. Now my mom makes it, and even I make it now since I'm getting good at it. It's pretty simple. It's easy to make. It's all in one pot, so you don't have to worry about dirtying up a lot of pots. As you can see, I'm not a very clean cook, so I got a lot of stuff to clean afterwards, so this makes it easier. So we have our veggies done. We'll take those out of the microwave. Try to get some of the excess moisture off of them. Some saran wrap. And my roommate saves me some. There we go. How about it? Just try to get some of the excess moisture, leave a little bit of room. There we go. Save that. Our chicken's going. Starting to get a little hotter in the pan. Now wait a couple more minutes. Let that keep cooking, and then we'll be close to done. Sometimes you want to break up some of the bigger pieces so you make sure that they get cooked. Got a couple big chunks in there. Now I'm just going to grab the camera from my brother. I can show my brother. We used to eat this meal all the time as kids. We loved it.
Delicious.
As you can see, all the outside of the chicken's cooked. Starting to get colored into it. We don't want to cook it fully, so we're going to lower the temperature. We drain a little bit of this oil out. I said you want some oil in there, but got a little bit of the grease from the chicken anyway. Get that out. Pour the water in. We had 2 cups. So what we want to do is bring that to a boil. Open up the cover. There we go. bring this to a boil. Once that comes to a boil, we'll lower it, add the rice, bring that to a simmer. Let it cook for about 25 minutes. Halfway, when we're done with that, about 15 minutes in, we'll add the vegetables. Wait 10 more minutes. Check on the rice, and we'll be done. The key to this dish, anytime you're making rice, is you never want to open up the top after you put the rice in. Anytime you open up the top, you let the moisture out, the rice won't cook evenly. It's one key thing with rice, is once you cover it, you let it go and don't mess with it. So like I said, we try to get this water up to a boil. Then we'll add our rice. A little more salt and pepper. You can add other seasonings if you want. Like I said, I marinated my chicken with some Italian dressing and sriracha. Sriracha is a spicy hot sauce, adds a little kick. If you don't want it that spicy, don't add some sriracha. You can add hot sauce, add peppers, anything you want. What we have here is just a mixture of frozen vegetables, just corn, some peas, nothing too crazy, carrots. You can add other veggies if you want, but this is all I really had in my apartment, so it makes it easier. Like I said, we're going to let the water come to a boil, then we'll add the rice, let it go for 25 minutes, and then I'll see you back.